Hey everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene and I am with the Room to Bloom, and I wanted to bring forth a message today. It's a lovely day where I live. Wearing orange, which is the color of joy, right? It speaks of our joy center, our sacral chakra. And so I don't know, it's very interesting. I had conversation today with a couple of people. I had made a fairy garden and they kept asking me, did you make a fairy garden? Did you make a fairy garden? And I thought it was interesting. And then I just opened up something, and these fairy cards were sitting there. Now, I did just do a short, but I think I'm going to start with the same deck, and I want to see what messages come through. These are called fairy dust. And you know, they're whimsical, they're fun, but the messages are sincere, right? So let's see what comes through to stay in that light-hearted joy, energy of joy, right? So let's see what comes through to keep that in the air. Okay, first one we have, interesting, it's rain. It says, rain, rain comes today, let your troubles wash away, right? Interesting, because the last card in the other reading spoke about like getting to, I believe it was the last one, but it spoke about getting into the water, right? And so anytime it was aura cleansing, that's what it was. Anytime we are in the water, we can set the intention to let wash away what is not ours to be washed away, right? What are we carrying emotionally, physically? When we go to certain environments and places, we can pick up energies like a sponge. We can feel other people's feelings. We can tap into energy. And so when we set the intention to release it and not carry the heaviness of it, that can be after an argument, after any place you were, right? And so let things wash away that are not yours, okay? All right, what else do we have? Courage, young heart. This came up in the short. It says, stand tall, don't let the love decrease. You are a warrior of peace, right? So holding your own with whatever is going on. And there may be others that disagree with you. Like when I bring forth readings, you know, that are whimsical like this, right? It's not everyone's thing, and that's okay, right? But it's like, you know, I am on here to just hold that space, to hold that peace, to help lift others, but not to do their work for them, yet to encourage them, right? Knowing that, yes, there are days that will feel more challenging, but it's also making a conscious decision to set our electronics down and to not totally live in them, to get into nature, right? The fairies are of the elemental realm. And so it's like getting into nature without other distractions. Listen to the sounds. Like when it rains, listen to the rain. Listen to the water running. Listen to the birds. Listen to, you know, whatever animals are off in the distance. Maybe it's children playing, right? Laughter. But just tuning in to what is there without... what is there in nature, right? Start there. Okay, so take courage. You are a warrior of peace. Okay, what else do we have here? We have aura cleanse, which is what I just spoke about, right? When you feel heavy or run out of luck, go swim at the beach and you will feel unstuck. Get in water. So I'm glad that came up again. So, you know, and yes, the beach, salt water is great. Being on the beach, it is like a grounding energy, but the water is helping to clear your aura. And that can also be a bath, a shower, getting in the rain. Okay, the next one. This is how the other reading started out, and this is, you know, this is how thick this deck is. So, animal healing. No matter the creature, earth or sky or sea, no matter the creature, earth, sky, or sea, animals show us how true love can be, right? Think about the unconditional love of animals. There is a softening of the heart. So if for any reason you feel that your heart has hardened due to experiences that you have gone through, right? If you are feeling sad because of a loss, if you are feeling depressed because of some shifts in your life, Animals have a way of healing, and even if you are not in a situation to be able to take in an animal, going to animal shelters, helping someone who has an animal or a pet, right? Just maybe making regular visits might help lift your spirit, because what we give energy to expands. So rather than focusing on what's got you down, focusing on how can you maybe help and make a difference in an animal's or a pet's life, right? Or another person for that matter. Okay, the next one we have is wishing well. To make some wish magic, cast this spell. Throw pennies into the wishing well, right? So, think about that as a kid. We used to go into malls and there would be lots of wishing wells. And so what are you, what is in your heart? So many times, like if we are presented with this opportunity for this wish, right? And we feel like, say it's a shooting star or different things where we make a wish on, we might feel caught off guard. But when we spend time in that energy, thinking about our wishes, thinking about our dreams, that is what we're thinking about. So we're magnetizing that energy into us, thus making it bigger. We're calling it in. And the higher our vibration is, the faster it comes into our experience. So the more that we think about it and our dreams, and we look into them and we embody the energy of it, and we take action steps towards it, we begin to see these wishes or dreams come true, right? Okay, what else do we have? We have travel. Of all the things you can do, travel is in the cards for you. And that's interesting. I just happened to watch just the tip of a different video, and this gal was speaking exactly about that there is more than just the four walls, right, of each room or your home or whatever that is. And travel can vary, right? Sometimes it's a day's worth of travel or a half a day. Sometimes it's a weekend or a 4-day weekend. So deciding in your experience, how would you like to travel? If you were invited to travel, will you take up the opportunity? Okay, what else do we have? We have sunrise. Every sunrise sings a song. Don't worry, be happy, and just sing along. This came along earlier in the other reading. Every day is a new start, and not only every day is a new start, every moment is a new start. So if we have reacted to something, done something, took a turn that wasn't in line with our most peaceful self and such, we can start again, right? But that sunrise, that new day dawning, right? Putting our feet on the ground with a new attitude and say, today is a new day, and I am grateful for the gift of life and for this day. We can really have a lot of perspective shifts in that time. Okay, we're going to step into healing with the fairies, which is interesting because we had that animal healing card. So let's see what comes up. First one is miracle healing. Okay, so you're experiencing some type of a situation that is like a miracle coming through, right? That is not seen in everyday life. And when you have been healed, oftentimes you will become a healer, right? Because you have this energy or this life force moving through you. It says, expect a miracle. You have prayed for assistance, and it is forthcoming. The more completely you surrender your situation to God, the more rapidly you will realize your healing, right? And this is it, giving it to God, giving it away. Heaven is completely on your side, and your prayers have been heard and answered. You needn't beg or petition heaven to help you, as your situation is already healed in truth. The healed reality is one of the several parallel realities currently available to you. It's just a different track, right? You have the choice through your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions to experience the highest possible reality for yourself. So staying positive, which is interesting again that I'm wearing this orange. It's like staying positive. Keeping orange around will help lift your vibration. Having citrus scents helps raise your vibration. You access your healed situation through faith and through gratitude. To feel these powerful catalyzing emotions, say mentally or aloud to God, I am tired of thinking about this situation. I don't want to deal with it any longer. Here, I'm giving the entire thing to you so that you can think about it and resolve it. Just give it away, right? Thank you so much for taking care of everything. So it's just letting go and trusting for the highest and best outcome. Then detach completely from the situation. Again, don't keep begging and pleading. See yourself placing it in the palm of God's loving hand. Feel grateful that your situation is now resolved, and be open to the creative solution that greets you, which is also interesting because orange is representative, or our sacral chakra is representative of our creativity, our joy, right? So I love that this is here. Okay, what else do we have? Magic of nature. So just as I was speaking about, right, the elementals. And so it's really interesting. I chose a different fairy deck, and these colors are the same ones that are on this card. It's not from that box though. So nature is so healing, right? And it's amazing how when we get outside and we're outside for a while, how we feel better. Spend time outdoors, even among the flowers, the plants, and the trees. Nature has powerful gifts that she wants to share with you, including ideas, information, and healing energy, right? When you are disconnected from Mother Earth, you may feel depressed and lethargic without knowing why. Earth too feels distraught when you don't connect with her on a regular basis. She needs you to be amidst her beauty so that she can telegraph information to you. In this way, you'll know best how to care for your planet. By drawing this card, you are being urged to spend time daily, even as little as 5 minutes, outside in nature. Remove your shoes, your socks, or nylons and connect your bare feet with the soil, the sod, or the sand. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths as you are surrounded by the magical energy of nature. Mentally ask the fairies to help you with any issues that you may have. Then open your eyes and look at their filtering light, which is the first sign that you see the fairies that surround you, right? So like I see twinkles, like twinkles all over, and it's just beautiful, right? Affirmation: I love being outside in nature. I feel energized by the sunshine, the fresh air, the plants and animals. I take excellent care of every living being, including myself. Now here's another thing that I'd like to say. So if you happen to be indoors a lot, bringing what you can of nature into your home, so bringing some plants will start to shift your vibration, right? Be aware though, if you do have pets, if they are pet friendly plants, right? So be careful, be aware, make sure they're safe. Bringing in running water, like waterfalls, so the sound of nature, bringing the scent of flowers, or using aromatherapy, bringing crystals or stone, wood elements of wood into your home. Bring nature in, and you will start to notice this, your vibration lifting, okay? Open the curtains, open the blinds, turn on the lights, right? Okay, so what else? We're going to go ahead and take one more here. Visualization. Okay, we're going to have to cover this up a little bit, but this is kind of, this is sort of interesting. It's like a mermaid fairy. So she sits on water, and you see the tail there. Yeah, so very interesting. A mermaid fairy, a visualization. So practice visualizing what it is that you'd like to bring into your experience, right? And in order to do that, it's about getting quiet, claiming your space. So your clairvoyance, your dreams, and the pictures in your mind's eye are becoming more clear and powerful. This card asks you to trust and to develop your visual skills and to use them in conscious manifestation. So the other thing you can do is say to have a notebook, any ideas you're getting, draw an image of it. You don't have to write the words, you can, but if you first and foremost draw a vision of it, this will help with your visualization process, right? The fairies know the power of conscious visualization as a tool of manifestation. By drawing this card, you are guided to sit quietly on a daily basis and to visualize yourself living a healthy, happy, abundant, and meaningful life. Visualize only what you desire and avoid picturing that which you do not desire. Again, what you give energy to expands. So keep focusing on that which brings you joy and happiness. You have powerful visual skills. Even if you are unaware of them, affirm daily, I am a highly visual person. Any blocks that you have about clairvoyance will begin to lift. Know that it is safe for you to see the future, the spirit world, and the truth about your life. By releasing any fears about seeing, your visualization powers will be greatly magnified. Affirmation is, it is safe for me to see. I am a very visual person. Very powerful words, right? Speak words of life over yourself, over your situation, over your family, right? It is safe for me to see. And so, like this experience with fairies, I've had some amazing experiences that when the term otherworldly comes in, right? That it's a magical and it's like how it's just interesting. That's all I can say. And so think about when artists, they bring forth these images, right? They bring forth these images and they put them on paper. However that is, they have an impression. They were given an impression in a place of peace, quiet, nature, right? And then they bring it forth for others to experience. So they have the power to visualize. And again, being in gratitude for the artists that take that step to bring it through. So some people see it, but they're not drawing. Maybe they're doing something else, right? But they have the ability to, but they're putting their energy in a different place, if you will, right? So understanding, like think about people who draw dragons, like or animators, right, for movies. They're getting these visions, and so they're pulling this information through. They have the ability to visualize something that isn't here in our 3D physical world, but they're pulling it in, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and actually, I'm not going to use the other deck. I'm going to take some of these positive quotes, and then we're going to take a couple charms. So let's see, I've got a pumpkin cup here, which I thought goes hand in hand, right? Getting out in nature. So we have, always keep inside your heart a pocket full of dreams. Very whimsical, very lovely, right? A pocket full of dreams. And those dreams, when people say keep your cards close, right? Not every dream is everybody's thing, right? You don't have to share all of your dreams with everyone, because sometimes it brings or gives that dream like leaks. And so when you hold it and you work on it privately and quietly and you build and you accumulate, some dreams you're going to share, or they're going to just kind of unfold for a while. And because so it's you just don't want to have the naysayer energy. They are your dreams, not someone else's to come along and squash, right? Okay, so what else do we have here? A pocket full of dreams. So I am going to go back a minute and I want to talk about a vision board. So vision boards can be very helpful with our dreams. But again, your vision board is for you. If you put your vision board up for everyone to see, then it's like, oh, come on over here and comment on this. Now, when you have others that you know that inspire and encourage you in your dreams, then they might talk about it and bring forth energy. But if they're the constant naysayer, you know to hold your dreams close. Okay. It's not what you look at that matters, but it is what you see, right? It's what you see. When you look at someone, some people will see, like some people will see my hair is, kind of wild. Some people will see the color of my eyes. Some people will see what I'm wearing. But truly that's what they're looking at. But what do they see in a soul essence, right? What do they see someone's heart? Do they see someone's intention and or feel it and or know it, right? Intention, truth, right? Fear, are they choosing fear or love, right? Okay, what else do we have? The most precious things of life are near at hand. The most precious things of life are near at hand. In the word near, we have ear, right? So listen. Listening closely. Listening closely. All right, and we're going to go ahead with another one. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the perfect moment, or take the moment and make it perfect. This came up recently when I used these. Take the moment and make it perfect. So it isn't waiting for someone to come along and to make it better, like you're just constantly waiting. It's like, I'm going to work with what I have here, and let's see how can we make this wonderful. This is like creativity, right? Putting our creativity to work. And so again, it coincides with wearing this orange top today. And one more, loving life is enjoying the scenery a while on a detour, right? Interesting. So the orange, construction, right? So our life sometimes takes a detour, but it's not getting mad that we're on a detour. It's like, instead of about the worry, it's like, I wonder why this detour came up. I believe there's something that's here that I was supposed to see, that I was supposed to know, that I was supposed to smell, that I was supposed to remember, that I was supposed to connect with on a soul level, right? Enjoying the scenery while we are on a detour. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull some charms here as well. So let's see, I'll just kind of reach in here and take one. Okay, so the first one, it's a hacksaw. Now the hacksaw to me is a representation, is that you have gone through something that has been challenging. The hacksaw gets through materials that are hard, right? But it's saying you've gone through it. You've gone through the work. And interesting, right, with the miracle healing, right? Asking for that miracle with the healing of whatever you have gone through, the tough stuff. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and take another one here. Okay, we have a microscope. Okay, so there's a couple things with the microscope. I don't know if you can see that great, but a microscope, under the magic of nature, we are being asked to look closer, to tune in more, to like the microscope is like being the observer of our own reality. Imagine your experience being where the I want to say petri dish would be, right? Or the slide would go in there, and imagine your life is on the slide, and that the divine is watching our life, and we are connected to the divine, and it's like but we're asked to become an observer of our own life experience, and also to tap in and look closer into the magic of nature, right? Feel how you are at different times, right? There's going to be different temperatures. One day it's going to be have a slight breeze. Another day it'll be windy. Another day it's going to be very sunny. Another day it might be cool. It's about feeling the sensations that are there for you in nature, using all of your senses, your ears. What do you hear? Using, your smell. What do you smell? It might be lilacs. It could be freshly mowed lawn, right? What scents are you getting? This helps you feel more alive. So tapping into it, look closer. Okay, what else do we have? I find this interesting that each of these fairies, though, are blue. Here, and we have the bubbles. Okay, what else? I'm just reaching in here instead of holding it up. Under grace, or pardon me, under visualization, we have grace, right? Visualizing grace for yourself and others. And one of the things that I find very interesting is because this card, look at the color blue here. I'm going to hold this up separate, but I don't know if you can see this, but there is a blue stone on this word grace, right? So blue gemstones, one will help with your throat chakra. And there is water in that card. So it could be some type of situation, imagining yourself being able to speak what you need to say, even if the tears fall, right? Telling your story. It's 5:55 p.m., which speaks of changes. Changes are here for you in your life, big changes. Okay, we have one more. Okay, this is representative of hugs and kisses. Anyway, so pink gemstones represent healing, right? Hugs and kisses. You are loved. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just take one more. Okay, so we have the, why can't I say the name of this? Well, it's the skull, like the, I don't know if I'm saying it right, an ox's skull. Anyway, this, when you really look at it, is representative of like the uterus, the womb, and the horns are like the fallopian tubes and such. So this is about a birth. Even though this is a skull, there's a death and then a birth, right? So it's like the cycles, right? Cycles. Here we are in fall in the United States. It happens to be September 16th, 2025. As I record this, I happen to wear orange leaf earrings today as well, right? So we are in the fall season, saying everything has its time, and so it's a deep understanding of that. All right, so I'm gonna just see where we're at for the time. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We're at about almost 28 minutes right now. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found the messages positive for you today. Thanks. Bye.